There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. For crime, much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the streets. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. Still crime, much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like Martin Luther King. Take me friendly on the phone so you can call us. We ain't gonna call you back, say they don't know if you call us. Say what you gonna do now, we all coming through now. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. For crime, much if you really wanna stop crime. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. For crime, much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the streets. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. Still crime, much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like Martin Luther King. Take me friendly on the phone so you can call us. We ain't gonna call you back, say they don't know if you call us. Say what you gonna do now, we all coming through now. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. You back, say they don't know if you call us. Say what you gonna do now. We all coming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ian Allen. This is Crime Watch, and we are back top of the evening to you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's FF Fantastic Friday. And some of you, a lot of people out of the country, a lot of people looking at me online, a lot of people somewhere out there. Nevertheless, they are not going to stop looking at the #1 show. So everybody's locked on. A special happy Carnival Friday to you. Let's play it safe. Let me open up the lines a little bit because I know a lot of your relatives, a lot of people are down here. In fact, I just met some people from Canada, some people from London, a lot of calls coming in. You know, so the lines are open. Open up the lines for me, ladies and gentlemen. January murders, we have had 43, one inquest. In February, for February, ladies and gentlemen, we have had 40 murders. So 43 murders in January, 40 in February, and for January, we had one inquest. So that's how, ladies and gentlemen, the murder toll is 85. The murder toll is 85. Let's open up the lines really early. A special good evening to all those who are locked on, wherever you are. All those of you on my fan page, all those of you on YouTube, a special good evening to you. Hi, caller, good evening. Also, ladies and gentlemen, murder in Valencia as the body of a man discovered burned inside the vehicle near a sawmill just off Valencia Old Road on March the 1st. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Hi, caller, good evening. Also, I just want to wish my good friend, I'm going to send the picture. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Murder in Valencia as the body of a man was discovered burnt inside a vehicle near a sawmill just off the Valencia Old Road on March the 1st. So just as a shot to the area where the body was found in a burned vehicle. So ladies and gentlemen, just to let you all know, they are not stopping. Today is March the 1st. A lot of people birthdays, a lot of people celebrating birthdays in March, you know. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Hi, caller. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. So, murder in Valencia as the body of a man discovered burnt inside a vehicle. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the CARONI police station, just to let you all know, the CARONI police station became a crime scene after one of the two persons died on the station's compound with minutes after a shooting incident on Thursday night. 23-year-old Nicholas Janet of BRASSO, SECO, PARIA, died inside a black Hyundai TUCSON SUV, registration PCB 466, on the compound of CARONI police station after he and another man identified as FARAZ RAMPERSAD was shot inside the vehicle driven by RAMPERSAD at La Pai Village, CARONI on Thursday. So apparently, ladies and gentlemen, both men were shot and they drove straight into the police station. Straight into the police station. This is the vehicle here. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. So as you can see, one man died, the other was taken to hospital. The dead man has been identified as Nicholas Janet of BRASSO, SECO, PARIA. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Allen.
Hi, caller.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Allen. Hello.
Hi, caller, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Yes, hello, good evening, Mr. Allen.
Okay, we're just getting some technical problems here. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Yes, hello, good evening, Mr. Allen. Hello.
Hi, caller, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, caller. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Again, 23-year-old Nicholas Janet of BRASSO, SECO, PARIA died inside a black Hyundai TUCSON SUV. We're going to take a fast break. Let's take a fast break.
Santana, you looking good. Where you get them rims?
Drive, I went to Racetrack Wheels for the best in brand name rims and the best in brand name tires for my car, like Saloon and Achilles, and plenty specials too.
Yeah, I know them. That's where I get my rims.
Hurry on down and beat this 1 week rim and tire massive combo sale at Racetrack Wheels. 3 locations.
Check out Piaco Airport Souvenirs, indigenous fantasy for all your souvenirs from printed t-shirt, local dolls, ceramics and lots more. For more information, call telephone 669-0592 or 669-0325. Your one-stop shop for all your souvenirs.
Chiclesia Limited, the Caribbean's largest manufacturers of plain and printed paper bags, leaders in plastic bags, vermicelli, split piece powder and greaseproof paper, ideal for doubles, french fries and sandwiches. Supplying stores nationwide. For quality products, trust Chiclesia Limited, 665-3336.
Shoppers Free Zone presents its biggest Bacchanal sale yet. Get up to 50% off selected items. Ladies just in, sequin tops, short shorts, rompers, jumpers, all your carnival gear. Swimsuits from $75 and all boots half off. Men get up to 25% off. Polos, shirts and shorts. Everything for the kids. 25% off. It's Shoppers Free Zone biggest Bacchanal sale at all Shoppers Free Zone branches including Tobago. All branches open on Carnival Sunday. Call 223-5253 for details.
Hear this, the real thing start, 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 the real thing start. Now when play bad, oh Lord, the whole
ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Again, those of you who have just joined us, 23-year-old Nicholas Janet of BRASSO, SECO, PARIA, died inside a black Hyundai Tucson SUV, registration 466 on the compound of the CARONI police station after he and another man, identified as FARAZ RAMPERSAD, were shot inside the vehicle driven by RAMPERSAD at Lapai Village, CARONI on Thursday. Around 8:45, RAMPERSAD drove the vehicle onto the station's compound and informed officers that he and Janet had been shot about their bodies by two armed men minutes earlier at Lapai Village, CARONI. Janet died in the front seat, on the front passenger seat of the vehicle, while RAMPERSAD, who police believe was the target, was taken to the hospital where he was treated and remains in a stable condition. Minutes after the shooting, police officers detained a 16-year-old teenager from the area after they received credible information on the persons involved in the shooting incident. Several searches at the boy's home and surrounding areas for the murder weapon turned up empty-handed. Senior Superintendent SAWMILL Prasad, Inspector Ganga Singh, Inspector Wait, and Sergeant Noel were among the officers who visited the crime scene. So just imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. This is the man who was shot. This is the one that, in fact, I'm showing you a photo of RAMPERSAD. RAMPERSAD is alive. RAMPERSAD is the person who drove the vehicle. RAMPERSAD is the person who drove the vehicle to the police station. However, his 23-year-old friend, Nicholas Janet of BRASSO, SECO, died inside the black Hyundai Tucson. So this is a photograph of the 23-year-old. This is the vehicle right here. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. This is the police officers checking the vehicle and whatnot. So it's crime is so bad. Imagine they were in Lapai, just about a minute drive away from the CARONI police station when they were both shot at. And you know, in fact, someone just brought it to my attention that Officer Babulal and his team and other officers involved, they were able to pursue the 16-year-old, and he was held. The suspect was held after a chase. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. So again, ladies and gentlemen, man drives SUV straight to the CARONI police station after being shot. Passenger, this is the passenger here, 23-year-old Nicholas Janet of BRASSO, SECO, PARIA. If you have information, get in contact with us, please. If you have any information relating to this shooting and the death of this young man, 23-year-old Nicholas Janet, get in contact with me, please. Remember this, the other man identified as FARAZ RAMPERSAD. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, now, officers said that Janet, the man who was shot in the van, the driver, was staying in the Lapai community, even though he lived several miles in BRASSO, SECO. So he's not from here. He's not from here. Janet was staying, this guy here, the young man, was staying, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Janet was staying in Lapai community, even though he lived several miles in BRASSO, SECO. So what in God can native what he was doing in Lapai? Now let me give you a little synopsis of things. This guy here, FARAZ RAMPERSAD, the driver of the Tucson. Now, RAMPERSAD is no stranger to police. He and his mother, sister, and father were arrested and charged almost 1 year ago at their CARONI home. On Tuesday, February 20th, 2018, 28-year-old FARAZ RAMPERSAD, his sister, HYUNDAI RAMPERSAD, father, 63-year-old Devchan RAMPERSAD, and his mother, 58-year-old Fazali RAMPERSAD, were all arrested at their Frederick Settlement CARONI home and charged by police with allegedly being in possession of a Beretta pistol, a .38 revolver, 108 rounds of .38 ammunition, 7 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 48 rounds of 12-gauge cartridges, and a camouflage army jacket. Police also found and seized a ski mask and a pair of handcuffs and other items during a search at the family home. The family of four had later appeared in the Shogunate Magistrate Court where they were released on bail on the charges. So now you're understanding now, because you realize now, these two people, ladies and gentlemen, drove this black SUV here straight into CARONI police. station. Straight into CARONI police station. And they realize now that the RAMPERSAD boy, the driver of the vehicle who was shot, you remember on February 20th this year, 4 of his family members were taken, and him, his mother, sister, and father, along with him, which makes 4. They were all taken into custody, so they were out on bail. When they found a Beretta pistol at their home, 108 rounds of ammunition, 7 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 48 rounds of 12-gauge cartridges, and a handcuff and camouflage strings. Now that mattered before the court, so you kind of understand the history now, the RAMPERSAD now, the man who he's affiliated with. So this is in no way to prejudice the case before the courts, but I'm just letting you know the driver. Who is the driver? He's RAMPERSAD, and the last time his name came up was when his family was arrested along with him. So now you have an idea what's really going on. Because now I don't have too much on the Nicholas Janet fella. We don't have too much on Nicholas Janet fella, but nevertheless, well, birds of a feather. Also, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, toddler dies after being crushed by family vehicle at their home earlier this week. A 2-year-old baby girl, Devika Das, died at hospital after she was crushed by a vehicle in the garage of her family Sital Trace, Bokaro Village, Capuchima, home on Tuesday, February 26. Police were told that on Tuesday the child was in the father's garage when, around 1:25, a bystander found her motionless beneath the car with the back heel of her chest. The back wheel on her chest. Way boy. Just 2 years in. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to be very careful when you have little children and you're reversing your vehicle, you're coming out of your driveway. I mean, we pay so much attention. Sometimes those of you who have little puppies at home, you pay so much attention to make sure that when you're coming out of your garage, you don't bounce the dog. Well, you need to pay more attention that you don't knock down the child. Make sure, because children like to go behind the vehicle and hide. They like to play, peekaboo with the driver, peekaboo with their family, and hide by the van. And you coming out easy, and that is it. I mean, that you can imagine how that family, how they are coping with that loss right now. A 2-year-old child, the joy I'm sure a lot of you know who have children. A 2-year-old child can really bring joy to our home, happiness to our home. 2 years old, 2 years old. And the child crushed to death. Hi, caller, good evening. Put up a photograph for me, please, of that child, because that's a very serious, serious thing. I mean, as much as the station, as much as the incident at the police station, but you all know the history of that. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. 6714062. Hi, caller, good evening. So this is the toddler, ladies and gentlemen. Put up the number to call. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Ian. Calling you to tell you to enjoy your carnival. Mr. Ian Allen, all this work you just be doing each day and every day. How is Israel?
Okay, he's great.
How is your son?
He's good.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's not here.
Mr. Ian Allen, this gentleman or lady who bonks his little child is supposed to be more careful, because if he was leaving to go to work or coming from work, whoever is inside is supposed to be looking at this little baby. This is not an excuse for a baby to die like that. Where is the supervision of the parents and family?
Yeah.
Mr. Ian Allen? I want you to touch it for me.
Touch it for you? Touch what for you? She want me to touch it for you, lady? Why did you like this here, boy? Well, that's really fantastic for you. You call my program and tell me to touch it for you? What bacchanal, lady? What song is that again? We have that song? Yeah. Minnie, you have that song? We have rights to that song. You remember that yet? So put it up one time before you play that song. You call my program and tell me what Bacchanal and Israel is out of the country. Israel is not here. He's back. Out. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Well, it still left me to wonder, these kind of accidents. It's not that you've been alleged or anything, but a baby has this, there's no kind of control home or child care or management that a child could be in a garage and you don't know going to move out a car. So you even kissing the child goodbye or saying something. What were they going there? These kind of things should be well suspicious.
Not real, but I mean, nobody here going to just put a child by a wheel to her.
No, but you know what I mean? You could check it and see, man, as mother, your father, who this kind of case, that high after carelessness. And those kind of things, so somehow they should pay a penalty.
Now the child authority will have to get involved, and if you know, somebody is like, how many children go onto the beach and they drown and all kind of thing and fall off the step, and children watching children. A lot of you leave children to watch children. They don't have that. No, we don't know, but nevertheless. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Ian. Yeah, this is a very sad situation, you know. I mean, babies like that, they cannot take care of themselves. That is why you have adults, you know, to have correct supervision. It's very, very, very sad.
That's sad, yes,
very
you can
sad.
imagine.
You know something also, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but sometimes, you know, if, you know, they start charging these parents, I may sound a bit harsh, but if you start charging these parents, perhaps, you know, these things could stop.
Yeah, but that's real sad. That's sad.
It is.
I mean, you don't know the circumstances. Maybe the father was reversing and something you don't know, you know. Something you don't know. Something you have a child sleeping, the child sleeping, and then you come out the house. And, you know, unknown, the child just run out. And that's why I always tell them, all my drivers, I always tell them that when we reach in front of a school, maybe meters away, start slowing down. Because children will come out of that school and wait by the road, but they will run across the road just so because they see Superman or Spider-Man or something across the road, you know. Them in their own little world, you know. Serious, some friend will call them across the road, hey, and they will run across the road without watching on both sides, you know. So I always tell my drivers, when you reach meters away from our school, start slowing down and watching. Because children after school is be running up and down. Yeah. I mean, it's sad. You don't know. I mean, we might say, well, charging parenting this, but you don't know what really went on. And I mean, I'm sure the police officers, those investigating it, will do a thorough investigation. You know, but at the end of the day, no parent will put up a child to die in the back of a vehicle. So it's an accident, and it's tragic. It's very, very tragic. I can imagine what the mother of this child, her condition right now. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Hello? Also, ladies and gentlemen, Tobago records its third fatal road accident for the year and the second fatal for this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, Tobago have had 3 road fatalities, and in 1 week, they have had 2. And it's only the 1st of March. Why are you speeding in Tobago like that? A Tobago man identified as Brian Thomas was killed in a road traffic accident on the Sister Island, Tobago, on the 9th of Thursday, February 28. The incident occurred at John Dale when Thomas was struck by a car as he attempted to cross the road. He died at the scene of the incident. This is the 3rd fatal road accident for Tobago for the year thus far. Look at it. Look at this incident here. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Hello. Good afternoon, Ian.
Good afternoon.
Ian, and sometime ago somebody ran over a little boy in a garage or something. Sometime last year before, sometime.
Yeah.
So, when I can't understand again how people are so careless. Anyhow, Ian, you are doing a wonderful job. And I want to ask one thing, Ian. I used to work at SAWMILL Regional Corporation. And since 2014, they have a traveling back pay for us, and they're not paying the money. I don't know what is the reason. I don't know if you could just look into that for us, please.
Oh, yeah. True. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Unbelievable. But let me know. So this is in Tobago here. You know, just to give you a little history of what's going on. All right, because on February 16th, Wayne Slater died after the car in which he was a passenger ran off the road at the corner of Claude Noel. So I'm just saying, they have had 3 fatalities so far in Tobago, yeah? And on February 25th, 16-year-old Claudia Hunt, a lay minister at the Anglican Church in Tacarigua, was killed and 3 others injured in an accident in Tobago when a cement truck crushed. Let's imagine this. This is a photo of the woman. Come back to me. Boy, I tell you, what really take me today, what really take me is that 2-year-old child. Watch. That 2-year-old child. That is what really take me today. Parents who watching, families who watching, will be outraged. They're saddened by it. I call her. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. You know, Mr. Allen, I had that experience already. Reversed my vehicle, heard a noise. You know, I want to know where the noise came from. When I looked below the vehicle, there was a toddler.
There was what?
A toddler below the vehicle.
Your vehicle?
Yeah, that's right. And that was a real harrowing experience. You know,
so you lost a toddler under those circumstances already?
No, I didn't lose the toddler. The toddler didn't die. The wheel didn't go over it.
Oh, cool.
Go over the child. You know, but I heard a noise, and when I went and looked below the vehicle, I saw the toddler there.
And that's how many years ago?
That was about 20-something years ago.
But thank God, because thank God, you see, you really have to be watching.
Yeah, and the thing is, before I went in the vehicle, I looked in the review. I didn't see anything.
Now you have to be watching.
I could understand what happened to that driver.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from a man who had an experience like that. His toddler was under the van. Under the van. You see children, and when the daddy's leaving or the mommy's going or so, the daddy going to work or the mommy going to work or whatever, children would like to run and like to hide just to make sure, to play pick-a-boo, to hide and play tricks and play games. And I mean, they mean well, not knowing. Hey, boy. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Hi, caller.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Allen.
Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Allen, me accepting that, with that toddler, because let me tell you something. Parents is very careless. You're not supposed to let your children go in the road and play. You're supposed to always have an eye on a child like that. I am not accepting that. That is carelessness to the highest, and parents must be held accountable to ensure that they look after
their children.
That is carelessness to the highest.
Are you a parent? Hold on. Are you a parent?
I am a parent, but I be very careful with my children. Very, very careful with my children, Mr. Allen.
Boy, you really have to be careful with children. Children, I tell you, they're unbelievable. They do things that, they don't think. They don't know the circumstances. Because they live in their own little world. You can imagine little children watching this show and they don't know the monsters that they come into face next 15 years, Little 5-year-old watching this show right now, and your little nephews and your children watching this show, and maybe they're playing outside or they're in a church camp or something. They don't know the monsters that they come into face next 15 years out here, If we facing it today, what's going to happen with them next 15 years? And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you and I need to clean this place up for the little ones that are coming up. Your little sisters and brothers and nephews and nieces, we as grown-ups, we need to clean this place up. So when they jump out and they reach 18, 16, 17, 18, they're not going to face those monsters that we are dealing with currently. And that is why giving us information is so important. That is why giving us information is so important. It's not about Crime Watch, it's about fixing this country. Give us information about guns, about drugs. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Mr. Allen, pleasant good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I had to get into the program this evening. When I heard the news, I was driving down the highway and heard that baby got crushed. Mr. Allen, my last grand is 3 years old. You hear? Very active. But
what baby that was crushed?
Let her out our sight. Nobody. If a vehicle moving out the yard or coming in the yard, we make sure that baby is inside. Where is the parents, grandparents, aunt, uncle, everybody?
Yeah, true.
And that baby unsupervised, knowing that she will run out. We have to think for them, Mr. Allen. They can't think for themselves. We have to watch them every move they make.
It's true. We need to watch them. We need to watch them. You need to be careful. You need to watch them. Stop having your children in the middle of the car seats, the two car seats, the two passenger side and the driver, having them like that. Yeah. What? You know, long time, Emily, you go now, watch your, yeah. Mom, daddy here and mommy here, what you? Yeah. One break. I know a family member that happened to, you know, that they fell and the gear lever, bam, mash up the mouth. Yeah. Let's take a fast break.
Santana, you looking good. Where you get them rims?
Drive, I went to Racetrack Wheels for the best in brand name rims and the best in brand name tires from Micah, like Saloon and Achilles, and plenty specials too.
Yeah, I know them. That's where I get my rims.
Hurry on down and beat this 1 week Ribbon Tire Massive Combo Sale at Racetrack Wheels. 3 locations, number 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, number 64 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, and number 82 Bethlehem Road, Tobago.
Shoppers Free Zone presents its biggest Bacchanal sale yet. Get up to 50% off selected items. Ladies just in, sequin tops, short shorts, rompers, jumpers, all your carnival gear. Swimsuits from $75 and all boots half off. Men get up to 25% off. Polos, shirts and shorts. Everything for the kids. 25% off. It's Shoppers Free Zone biggest Bacchanal sale at all Shoppers Free Zone branches including Tobago. All branches open on Carnival Sunday. Call 223-5253 for details.
The place real hot, the fan not cutting it, and your budget little tight. Then you need to contact Neil Cool today. They are Trinidad and Tobago #1 providers for top brand air conditioning units such as Delta, Comfy, Daikin, and Lennox. Units starting as low as $2,250 install, plus you're getting 5 years warranty. Contact Neil Cool today and experience the comfort you always wanted.
Check out Homeland Marketing Company Limited and view our large stock of ready-made wrought iron designs. Visit us at 44 Montrose Main Road, Chitwanas, or call 235-4283 Gate or 235-4766 Iron. 4-table All Fools Gold Cup at Center of Excellence Mokoya, March 9th and 10th, 200,000 in cash and prizes to be won. For further info, contact Varma 774-9004.
Tire Clinic. Get the latest style rims at Kruger, Chitwanas, and Pleasant Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need.
4-table All Fools Gold Cup at Center of Excellence Mokoya, March 9th and 10th, 200,000 in cash and prizes to be won. For further info, contact Varma 774-9004.
This is the last one. Oh Lord, the old place mash up. The old place one.
It's plenty for 20 discountable Electra Foods. Get Tang assorted 10 for $20. Happy Macaroni 6 for $20. Eve condensed milk 4 for $20. Happy dried pigeon peas 4 for $20. Swiss ketchup packs 4 for $20. April peas and carrots 4 for $20. Libby's mac and cheese 4 for $20. And Fine Choice Calypso pack chicken 2 for $20. It's Bacchanal with so many $20 specials and Extra Foods. Endeavor, Grand Bazaar, Arima, and Chaguanas Main Road. Extra Foods, always something extra for you.
Shoppers Free Zone presents its biggest Bacchanal sale yet. Get up to 50% off selected items. Ladies just in, sequin tops, short shorts, rompers, jumpers, all your carnival gear. Swimsuits from $75 and all boots half off. Men get up to 25% off. Polos, shirts and shorts. Everything for the kids. 25% off. It's Shoppers Free Zone biggest Bacchanal sale at all Shoppers Free Zone branches including Tobago. All branches open on Carnival Sunday. Call 223-5253 for details.
Santana, you looking good. Where you get them rims?
Drive, I went to Racetrack Wheels for the best in brand name rims and the best in brand name tires for my car, like Saloon and Achilles, and plenty specials too.
Yeah, I know them. That's where I get my rims.
Hurry on down and beat this 1 week ribbon tire massive combo sale at Racetrack Wheels. 3 locations, number 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, number 64 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, and number 82 Bethany Road, Tobago.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Also, man shot and later identifies the suspect to the police at the hospital. 47-year-old Ian Lashley was chopped about the body allegedly by a 59-year-old man on Thursday outside his Perry Young Road, Indian Walk, Muruga, after an argument and a fight. In fact, I saw the fight. You should see this fight.
What do you want to do? You want to go home? No. You cannot go home. You will die. You will dead.
Yes.
Mr. Man, go on let the doctor treat you and get the treatment for him, please. Don't be crazy. That chop big eye my phone, boy. You have to get treatment. He had papers or something. Go on let the people treat you, please. No. When that get infected, they get no pain. That by your brain, your skull should. Brother, you have a big chop in your neck. You have to stay here. What I show you to my phone, you old dead boy. What do you want to do? You want to go home? No. You cannot go home. You will die. You will dead.
Yes.
Mr. Man, go on let the doctor treat you and get the treatment for him, please. Don't be crazy. That chop big eye my phone, boy. You have to get treatment. He had papers or something. Go on let the people treat you, please. No. When that get infected, they get no pain. That by your brain, your skull should. Brother, you have a big chop in your neck. You have to stay here. What I show you to my phone, you old dead boy. What do you want to do? You want to go home? No. You cannot go home. You will die. You will dead.
Yes.
Mr. Man, go on let the doctor treat you and get the treatment for him, please. Don't be crazy. That chop big eye my phone.
Unbelievable. So, that's a 47-year-old. He's a 47-year-old Ian Lashley who was chopped about the body allegedly by a 59-year-old man on Thursday at Perry Young Road, India. Now, I saw another fight. So I don't know if that is the same person, but let's try and find he has a different jersey t-shirt there. I don't know if that is the same fight, because I was watching somebody brandishing a cutlass and swinging the cutlass. Said that here is mad thing, this carnival, you know. You need to be real careful. People, all they jumping out and the watchmen. Let me tell you something. There are real gunmen waiting for men to come out of the zone this carnival, you know, and come out of the zone for Juve and wait to deal with men. Because men don't care about crowd and things. Gunmen don't care about no crowd, you know. Brother man, all be careful out there, you know. That no, I'm telling you, you know, because it have men waiting for men to jump out for carnival, you know. waiting to deal with men, waiting to set a score in crowd, start to pell bottles, start to send thing. I tell you this on national television. It is no good place to carry no children in no road and all kind of thing. That long time thing, yes? I tell you, that long time thing to take up your child and carry your child in the road to watch mass. Because people crazy now, people pelting bottle, people shooting, people all kind of thing. And with respect to the chopping with the guy who was chopping in the hospital, this is the injury he got behind his neck. That's the injury there. That is when it is alleged he was shot by a 59-year-old man. Yeah. Also, before we go further, I want to say a happy birthday to a good guy, a really nice fella. When I tell you the fella is a real good fella. Right, but I just sent a video with some drugs being seized. Get that video ready for me. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, this guy is really a good guy. He and I went to school together. We went primary school together. When he went to presentation, I went prayers, but I went to all the all-inclusive. You understand? But my real partner. Always, a real person who stood with me and his family and whatnot. The real nice people, his mother, his sister, everybody, Gail and everybody, Raul and everybody. And I could go by my friend's house, I could sit down, I could eat. Real partner. Real nice fella. And I want to say a special hello and a happy birthday. And I wish him, all success and all the best to my good friend Rajiv Dipnarayan Singh. Real humble guy. That's Rajiv Dipnarayan Singh, the owner of Dipnarayan Singh Mall and travel service, Dipnarayan Singh Mall in Chagonas and whatnot. But my real friend, my friend, my real partner. So we wish him, I still asking him where he got the shirt from, yeah? I still want to know where he got that fancy shirt from. He said he'll buy one for me because I told him, I said, Raj, it's a kind of me shirt you're wearing there. So to Rajiv Dipnarayan Singh, happy birthday to you. And I really hope you send piece of the cake for me and, take a drink for your boy now, we just do it. All right, Raj, real nice fella. You're my brother. Also, ladies and gentlemen, missing teenager, 17-year-old Graciela Cifuentes of Lewis Lane Plantation in Valencia has been reported missing by her relatives after she left her home to attend school on Tuesday, February 19. School officials have told relatives the teenager never showed up for classes on the day in question and a missing person report has been made. If you see this young girl, Graciela Cifuentes, hi caller, good evening, you're live on Crime Watch. Hi caller, go ahead. So a 17-year-old, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Ian?
Uh-huh.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm an avid viewer of your program since in Win TV days.
Uh-huh.
Ian, all these murders for the beginning of this year, I noticed you visit almost all, but it have a special murder down in Rotila, the guy with the bar, the fella ride off with a bicycle. All the other bars around the area saying that Ian didn't come down there. So I called 3 weeks ago and they tell me timing is everything.
Let me explain. Hold on. Stay on the phone. What was his name? The guy from the bar? Get that in Rosilla. Let me explain something to you. In fact, we were dealing with one of the relatives. They were supposed to come and see me. Now, I reached a point in my career. I don't push into people's business, pry into the business, We were trying to get the footage. We wanted to get the footage of the shooting. I telling you something here tonight. I have a software that the police don't even have. I could tell you that on national television. And right in my studio here, certain people will come and bring footage and I could clear it up. If I can't clear it up, nobody in Trinidad could clear up that. You understand? So with respect to the bar owner who was shot when the lone gunman went up and shot him in Rosella, we have been waiting for the footage. In fact, we have been in constant communication with his son, the relatives there. Remember this audio? Come back to me. So ladies and gentlemen, if the family has any information, you see the problem is sometimes the police quick to take the DVR, but they are doing nothing with the DVR. That's the thing, they don't do nothing with the DVR. They're quick to seize DVR. But if you call Ian Allen for the DVR, how you expect me to get it? The quickest, I remember in Tacarigua, this is serious talk, yeah? It had a murder in Tacarigua. I don't want to bring it back to you. A man was shot. He has a mini mart, and I know the family watching. I went down there that Sunday. I spoke to the wife, showed me the area, the mini mart. I said, where the DVR? She said the DVR is working. Police come and check it, they're working. I make a call, I call my IT people and them, and they come down. I said, watch me, start that DVR, see what's going on with it. They do what they have to do and the DVR. When the DVR come on, Papa, you're seeing everybody who fighting, you see who come in, who come out. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, because of that, what we did that day, one man in custody and I'm looking for our next man. I might be looking for him up to this day, but I'm looking for him. A fella called Cher. Cher, that's his name, Cher. Cher, yeah, that's his name. I'm looking for him. I'm looking for him. Those of you who have information, I don't want to bring it back because that matter before the courts and one man have been charged, but I'm looking for a man called Cher. Cher. Cher or Chair. And the family can get in contact with because I am sure they are locked on right now because everybody is locked on. But remember when we fixed the DVR and we were able to show the fight by the door? That is all I can tell you. That is all I can tell you. Also, ladies and gentlemen, couple held with 21 pounds of compressed marijuana at their home by police. Kevin Pura and his wife Samantha Sanka were arrested by officers of the Central Division Task Force on Thursday at their Warren Road, Kunupia home after police allegedly found 21 pounds of marijuana at their home. What the jail is this, boy? What the jail is this? Kevin Pura and his wife Samantha Sanka. Ladies and gentlemen, also, ladies and gentlemen, 17 Venezuelans held in Moruga hours after the National Security Minister announced plans for an amnesty for illegal Venezuelans in the country, also in Tobago, 11 more, and we are going for a lot of them over the weekend. You see that? You see Minister of National Security coming and say, let me try to see how we can help them. Once you open that floodgate partner, here now, let me tell you something. We're dead in the war here, you know. Don't do that. This is not a sanctuary city. Places like Canada and all outside there could be a sanctuary city. Not here. There's 1.2 million people living on an island here. We don't have no different state. We have village. We have borough. You can't just say, well, because they will start in flock here and that is it for us. That is it for us. You have to think. But I don't know if maybe if they're timing it for election. I don't know. But this week, all your Spanish, because plenty of Spanish and come in here. Look, you don't believe me? You want to do that. Okay, Spanish good, okay. Some of them never see breast and bottom, like, oh, let's get dotish. That man, like, they never see woman before. As always tell people, and nobody. I think I might go to nobody, you know. People are pay me to cut my clothes. Yeah, I'm telling you, a big man thing. Yeah, people are pay me. Why I should pay a woman to cut your clothes? Mini? You, Mini, have to do that? Hot man, you, Mini? Carlon, you paying anybody to cut your clothes? Are you so desperate? Are you that thirsty, man? Because you nice and the man like again tie up here, boy. Tie up thing here, boy. Why tell him you don't run behind there? Why good, yes? I good. I see one idea. What? I see one idea, Joel. What? I'm going to quick shop. Let me get the joke now. Boy, if you see that, boy. I tell you, boy, watch me. I told an immigration officer one time, you know. I said, you're going, what's going on? Ting. What is that? No, but I'll tell you this. You can really get tired, but watch me. All right, oh God, is somebody touching it? That is something. So when you hear that song, remember, ladies and gentlemen, as I tell Carlon, don't take it on. I tell Minnie, don't take it on. Whoever could watch could use back. Anything could watch could use back. Anyhow, but they say, bring Spanish in the country. Let me show you how I can show you a video. This is a serious talk here, big man thing. I can show you a video where a Spanish fella, this is a serious talk here, was held by the group gets 6 months hard labor for drugs. 6 months hard labor. Put it up as Spanish national. Look at this. Go ahead. The video. Oh. In a vehicle. That's the video. Panic Charlene boy. Go ahead. Audio. CGs. Watch this video by Central Police here. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. If we could get these CGs a little faster. Spanish gets 6 months hard labor. Spanish national now watch.
Come outside.
A Spanish national gets 6 months hard labor. Come on with the CG, please. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Mr. Allen, I'm calling concerning Melissa Trisha Emmanuel, if anything.
Not as yet, but don't worry. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Don't cry, Mom. Don't cry. I'm working on it. That's the woman. I know your daughter was shot on
Yeah, the 9th of this month she happened a year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and her birthday will be the 18th of this month.
I know.
Yeah.
Trisha Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Okay. People are really in pain, yes? Watch this. Watch. I'm just showing you something here. Watch. Spanish detained. 6 months hard labor. He got 6 months. And take note of that. He got 6 months hard labor. You want Spanish come? Watch your Spanish doing. Watch. 6 months in detail. They stopped this car. Central Police stopped this car. I just showing you. I had to show you the video. But I had this video a good one, but I never show it here. And watch. They're searching the car. They're searching the car. They will stop and search, ladies and gentlemen. Men detained. Watch. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Hey, Mr. Good night, sir.
Yeah.
I want to say a pleasant good night to you. You're doing a very great job in every aspect of the area. And, my thing to you is that some people keep calling concerning a little child that gets crushed on the car. I want to say something as a parent. A parent will never do that willfully.
No.
And I want to say that people who call in, please, the people already going through something.
True.
Don't ask.
But what I heard it's a family business and it could be a customer. That's what we're hearing now. Hi, caller. Good evening. Watch this, yeah? They're looking for the drugs. They're looking for the drugs. Watch. Audio with the video. Watch this, yeah? You see when they get the drugs, watch. Watch this, yeah, watch this. They get the bag in the car. Watch. Normal, watch. Watch how they're doing it, watch. That the same squad is moving us, watch.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Die he on. You see, ladies and gentlemen, they're saying bring this one and bring that one. You see? The man said die he on, die this one. Just showing you. We're going to take a fast break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, government to grant, in fact, and they want to grant amnesty to illegal Venezuelans who are in the country. What madness is this, boy? I tell you, it's all kind of election ploy, everything they come in with, you know. That is craziness. Craziness. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, that there are approximately 30 gunmen hardcore killers from Venezuela living in South right now, staying in South. You know anything about that? 30, at least 30 fellas, real hardcore killers from Venezuela staying in South right now. But if I really go to tell all of you, let's take a break.
Santana, you looking good. Where you get them rims?
Drive, I went to Racetrack Wheels for the best in brand name rims and the best in brand name tires for my car, like Saloon and Achilles, and plenty specials too.
Yeah, I know them. That's where I get my rims.
Hurry on down and beat this 1 week ribbon tire massive combo sale at Racetrack Wheels. 3 locations, number 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, number 64 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, and number 82 Bethany Road, Tobago.
Stuff and Drugs now open at Heartland Plaza in Chaguanas, first world drugstore with best prices on drugs, vitamins, toiletries, stationery, grocery items, baby products, and more. We also carry British Parliament Hilden water, Mara beans imported directly from Italy, bottled Nexium, Allegra, Zyrtec, gourmet foods and snacks, a selection of products not offered by any other pharmacy in Trinidad. So visit us today. Shoppers Free Zone presents its biggest Bacchanal sale yet. Get up to 50% off selected items. Ladies just in, sequin tops, short shorts, rompers, jumpers, all your carnival gear. Swimsuits from $75 and all boots half off. Men get up to 25% off. Polos, shirts and shorts. Everything for the kids. 25% off. It's Shoppers Free Zone biggest Bacchanal sale at all Shoppers Free Zone branches including Tobago. All branches open on Carnival Sunday. Call 223-5253 for details.
Double Palm Guest House, newest location at Robertson Street, San Fernando. Enter unnoticed without special someone. Secure parking and fully air-conditioned rooms. Open 24 hours every day for your convenience. Visit them today at any one of their locations.
Come on into RMA Hardware today for all your building supplies from start to finish. We have decking sheets, under ceiling, new wave galvanized 26 gauge painted, I-beam, Z and C purlin, gypsum board, French style steel windows, red and concrete blocks, pick up at factory, TCL cement, corrugated steel, garbage bins and much more at competitive prices and VAT inclusive. So check us out today.
You're live on Crime Watch. Go ahead, let's open up the lines for a little bit. Also, ladies and gentlemen, really fast, just a couple minutes we have. I'm looking for a man called Neil Young. Neil Young. Tell me where we can find Neil Young. All right, also, Radesh Lewis. Rajkumar Fabian. Diana Oliver. Therese Hospitals, and before we go further, the people that lost the property, the thing in the land, with the phone and whatnot, the documents, we have it? All right, hold on. All right, Therese Hospitales, Anil Mohammed, Kitoy Austin, Chris Chatura, Satesh Budu Singh, Jude Quinnen, Tisha Fulchan, Suman Joey Balgobin, Lester Ronald Herrera, Alyssa Osborne, Hubert Kwashi, Ambrosius Philip, Roger Ruplal, Anderson Ramdial, a.k.a. Bronze, Ramdin Caro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this guy Ramdin Caro, apparently he was on a piece of land in Mahaika. All right, a piece of land, and he dropped his phone and all his documents. All right, this guy here. So what he needs to do is to come and get all the land papers and whatnot. All right, because apparently he was on a piece of land, and what we heard is that he was on a piece of land, and the person is saying, the owner of the land is saying that, well, they've been living there long, and I think he went down there and there was some kind of scuffle or what, I don't know what happened, but all his belongings, all the land papers and everything fell on the ground. So somebody brought it to the studio here. So this gentleman here, what's his name? Ramdin Caro. Is it possible you can get in contact with me, please? We have all your documents and your telephone at the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it's going to be I have about 2 minutes again. 1 minute. Make sure you all be careful on our nation's road. Do not drink and drive. It's carnival time. Kind of, know how you're gauging your thing. You understand? Know you're gauging it. Know you're doing it. Do not drink and drive. Watch how if you're lineman home, keep it on the lows. Drink your rum home. Eat your food. Be merry. Drink your grizzly cold beers. I want to send one for Socks. He loves cold beers with ice. Ladies and gentlemen, so again, be careful out there. It's Carnival Monday, Tuesday. You all be careful. It's Carnival weekend. Don't get no argument with nobody. No small talk. Because you know who carrying a gun. I'm begging you. Look kind of cool it when you go to jump juve and they may not juve thing. But I'm just telling you, be careful. Because there are real men out here looking to settle score with other men. Once they're straight, because men go be strained. Men go be out of the zone. And people don't care about crowd. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, be careful now, please. WhatsApp me on 294-4081, 290-4426, 390-4426, 330-4426. This is Ian Allen. Some of you ask me why I didn't get an artist. I can't do that anymore. I'm fed up with the crime situation. And over the weekend, I'll be working. So I'm not going to party, I'm going to work. So if you have information, get in contact with me. This is Ian Allen. Good night. Enjoy it.
There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We're gonna hunt you down. We're gonna